MV Wilhelm Gustloff. And what happened that night was not an accident. It was inevitability. She wasn't designed for war. She was designed for smiles. White hull, deck chairs, music drifting across calm summer seas. German workers once saved for years to vacation aboard her under the Strength Through Joy program. She was floating propaganda, floating optimism, floating illusion. Then the world caught fire. By 1945, her bright paint was gone, replaced by war-gray steel. Ballrooms became barracks, cabins stacked with bunks, windows blacked out. Europe was collapsing. The Soviet army was advancing fast. Cities were burning. Civilians were running. And the Baltic Sea became their last hope. Operation Hannibal, one of the largest sea evacuations in history, had begun. Anything that floated was ordered to sail, and the Wilhelm Gustloff was pushed back into service. But here's the detail that still chills historians. She was built for about 1,500 people. That night, more than 10,000 climbed aboard. 10,000. Refugees, injured soldiers, naval trainees, mothers carrying infants wrapped in thin blankets. Hallways jammed instantly. Stairwells became walls of bodies. Cabins built for 2 held 10. The drained swimming pool, packed with hundreds of naval trainees. There was no space, no order, only fear. Because behind them was the Red Army, and in front of them, a frozen sea. At dusk, the ship left port. Snow fell lightly. The captain faced a decision that would seal thousands of fates. The Baltic was mined. Submarines were hunting. Some officers urged stay dark, hug the coastline. But fearing collision with German vessels, the captain made a choice. He ordered the navigation lights turned on, and suddenly, in the pitch-black Baltic, a 208-meter ship began to glow, a perfect silhouette against the night. Beneath the surface, a Soviet submarine waited, the S-13. Its commander, Alexander Marinesco. Through his periscope, he saw only a large enemy transport. He did not see children. He did not see mothers. He saw a target. 9:16 p.m. He gave the order. 3 torpedoes. Launched. The first hit near the bow. An explosion ripped through crew quarters where female naval auxiliaries were sleeping. Steel folded like paper. Screams filled the dark. Seconds later, the second torpedo struck the drained swimming pool. Hundreds of naval trainees were inside. The blast was catastrophic. Then the third torpedo hit the engine room. The lights died. The engines stopped. The heartbeat of the ship flatlined. Darkness swallowed 10,000 souls at once. And then, panic. Water surged into lower decks. The ship listed violently. People were thrown against walls. Thousands rushed stairwells at the same time. They became human bottlenecks of terror. Some were crushed. Some suffocated. Some never even saw the sky. Above deck, chaos exploded. Lifeboats were frozen to their davits, ropes stiff as iron. Some smashed against the hull. Some tipped, spilling passengers into black water. And the Baltic Sea showed no mercy. Water temperature near freezing. If you fell in, you had minutes, maybe less. Hypothermia doesn't scream. It erases. Within 40 minutes, the ship tilted so sharply lifeboats couldn't launch. Passengers crawled across slanted decks glazed in ice. Snow fell quietly. Metal screamed. Children cried into the wind. Then, the bow slipped under. For one final moment, the stern rose into the winter sky, a massive shadow against the moon. And then, the Wilhelm Gustloff vanished. In under an hour, more than 9,000 people would die. 6 Titanics in a single night. Rescue ships arrived to a nightmare. Bodies floating in silence. Survivors clinging to debris. Overturned lifeboats packed with the frozen. Sailors pulled children from the water. Some alive. Some already still. By morning, the Baltic Sea looked calm again. But beneath it lay the deadliest shipwreck in history. And almost no one talks about it. Because the world was already drowning in war. Burning cities. Collapsing armies. Marching fronts. The tragedy was swallowed by bigger headlines. Today, the wreck still rests on the seabed, a protected war grave. Divers are forbidden to disturb it. Inside the rusting hull, thousands remain, preserved by cold, sealed in darkness. Some historians argue it was a legitimate military target. Others call it one of history's greatest humanitarian catastrophes. War blurs morality, but this much is certain. The ocean that night was calm. There was no storm, no iceberg, no natural disaster, just human decisions, made in fear, made in desperation, made in darkness. More people died in that single hour than in most famous shipwrecks combined. Yet most people have never heard her name. The sea does not choose sides. It only keeps what it's given. And sometimes, the greatest tragedies are the ones history buries the deepest. If you want more forgotten maritime disasters, untold shipwrecks, and true ocean horror stories, subscribe to Ocean Disaster Films, because the sea remembers everything, even when we don't.